my spiritual butterfly. Okay, so I want to talk about self-confidence. Is it something that's really common with all of us, really? The thing is, it's not that we are generally lacking confidence in all areas of our life. Usually there's one thing, one area, one particular aspect of our lives or something we have to do that we don't feel confident in. And it could be because of past experience, it could be something we've not done before, but whatever it is, we kind of feel a lot of self-doubt when we approach that subject, topic, task, whatever it might be. So I want to do 3 videos which will give you things to think about and reflect on, and sort of a little bit of work as well around it, which we'll be doing today, just to kind of try and shift that lack of self-belief, that lack of self-confidence a little bit. The first thing I want to look at is something I get my new students on the Heal Your Heart and Thrive program to do right at the beginning. This is the first thing we get them to do, literally before we even start module 1. It's part of the orientation course. And that's to create your greatness list. And to do that, you'll need a journal. You can use a worksheet, which I'll put in the description. I'll put the link to that. You can sign in and just download the worksheet. But basically what you're getting is one sheet of paper. And you're just going to just sit and think about your achievements in life. And we don't need to do this in chronological order. I don't want you to overthink it and just make it a cumbersome task. It's not a job application. It's just something really easy that when you start doing it, you start to flow. So the things you can put on there, I've got a list here. You can put on there your skills and talents, the things you know you can do. You can put on the things you've learned to do. So some things where you didn't know before and then someone showed you something and suddenly, you know how to do this thing. You can put on your achievements. So again, it's not a job application, but your qualifications, jobs you've had, and maybe you've gotten that job and beaten 100 people to that role. It's good to sort of put that down. Promotions that you've had in your career, any sort of awards and recognition, and outside of work, any sort of charity work that you do, and competitions maybe you've won. That could be something there to put down. You may also want to, I think you should, put down your things you do for your family. So if you've got children, that's an achievement itself. You gave birth to a human being. That deserves everything. But also how you help others, So it could be you help people in your family. You might be a carer for your elderly parents. How you inspire others, how you've kind of spoken to someone and just raised them up with a conversation, So all of these things, try to sort of think of, even things you've organized, events, parties for the kids or for yourself or whatever. These are all things that you're able to do. And then the other thing to sort of think about, the final thing to think about, is where you overcame things, the difficult things you've been through, events in your life you've been through, but you've gotten through them, you've overcome them. It's important to have all of this down on one piece of paper. It's like your success list, your greatness list, so that you can actually build your self-worth. You're saying to yourself, you know what, I can do hard things. I've overcome things in my life before and I can do it again. Yeah, so it kind of boosts you up a little bit. So that's the first place to start this week, writing your greatness list, reading that back and realizing just how worthy you are, that you can do these things, you can face challenges, you can go through ups and downs and come out the other side and be okay. So it's an important thing to do. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. As I said, the link is in the description below or comments below. You should find that. So do fill that in. If you have any comments at all about this video or anything else or anywhere else where you're feeling lack of confidence and you think that what I'm saying may not help or whatever, then do put that down. If you're not sure about what I mean, then obviously put that down as well in the comments. But it'd be nice to know, as I said, we're not... it's usually that there's one area of our life that we don't have confidence in, one or two, as opposed to our entire life we're lacking confidence. So it's nice to kind of get an idea of what that is. It also helps me to tailor the trainings that I'm sort of delivering here in the Facebook group, if you can share. Obviously the group is a really safe space to share, so it's great to do that. But I'll be back next week with another video to help with self-confidence a little bit. As I said, do share along the way and share any successes. Let me know how you found this exercise. So if you did it and you sat down, and I would recommend you just allow some time for it. Give yourself half an hour, maybe, not too much. As I said, it's not homework, but set your space, light your candle, play your music, get your pen and journal, or download the worksheet and just kind of write. And you'll find that it will flow. The energy will come. Initially, you'll be like, oh, I can't think of anything, but it will flow. Trust me on that, with law of attraction, one thought leads to another thought, attracts another thought, and you'll find it will start to flow for you. And that sort of should reassure you that, as I said, you can do hard things. You can do things that you maybe have initial doubts about and push through and get to the other side and look back and say, yeah, I did that. But we need to celebrate that now. And it's a list that you can keep adding to. Hi everyone, it's me, Gwen, from My Spiritual Butterfly, with the second video about self-confidence. With the first video, I asked you to do your greatness list, so hopefully you should have done that and had some sort of elevation in your self-worth. It should have felt really good to do that. This week, I want to talk about how you can kind of practice this thing that you feel you have no self-confidence around. It depends on what it is, really, but if it's, say, for example, you're in a new job, or perhaps you feel like you're lacking confidence in even relationships, or it could be an actual thing or task you've got to do. One of the things you could start to do is mentally practice that thing or that event in your mind, using your subconscious mind. So your subconscious mind likes habits. It wants to kind of protect you a little bit when you're doing something new or something that in the past has caused you some kind of pain or problem. It will have those programs pre-installed and it will pop those up when you're just about to do that thing again. So one of the ways to calm your subconscious mind is to kind of get in a relaxed meditative state and visualize this new task. Visualize yourself doing it, being successful at it, it going really, really well. If you feel that it's a struggle to think about the detail of what you've got to do, then go straight to the end result, the end outcome you want, how you want to feel at the end of doing that thing. And that will start to train your subconscious mind. It will start to relax. It will start to kind of realize that you're okay, you want to do this, it's safe. It doesn't need to keep jumping up and trying to protect you by bringing up the fear all the time. So it's a lovely way to kind of do virtual practicing, stepping into that version of yourself who is doing that thing beautifully and connecting to the feeling more importantly than anything else. And that's what you're bringing back to your now, the feeling of that future you doing that thing, doing that task, whether it is a new job or a new relationship, and then just being completely happy in that space, in that environment with that new thing, hearing encouraging voices and sounds and words from the people around you that sort of say to you, yeah, you did really well, it's going really well, I'm so happy for you. So kind of really take it to this kind of visualization level, and just go with it and just keep practicing that. There may initially be some little fears and doubts that come up, and if you feel that and you feel you're sabotaging your visualization, then come out of it and try again the next day. You might also want to, if you're not very good at visualizing, you can write about it. You can write a story about how you want things to go. Write down what you want, and again, using those emotional words. But the thing is not to sort of shy away from this thing that you want or feel you don't have confidence in, but to kind of look at it and face it and kind of move forward into how you want it to go, move into that energy piece, that part of you that has done this before, can do this and can do it really successfully despite what's happened in the past. Tune into that part of you and just kind of live that for a little bit. It doesn't have to be long. Could be 5 minutes, could be 20 minutes if you're really enjoying it. You might go for longer, but doing that and setting yourself a target of doing that for 9 days, even 9 days in a row, sitting down and visualizing this thing that you feel, you lack confidence about, you're having self-doubt about, you're not sure about, and maybe there may be a little fear around it. So just stepping into it and molding it the way you want it to be will help you be a bit more comfortable with it. And when it comes up in reality, you've done it, you've been practicing in your head, you'll find that those fears don't come up anymore. You're embracing it, you're moving through it. Yeah, so that would be my advice for the second video today on self-confidence. Again, let me know if you give it a try. I really want to kind of find out if you tried it and how you got on with it. Either way, you can, obviously, if you're wanting to journal, you can just, just journal away and write it on any piece of paper. If you can visualize it and picture it, it's fine as well, whatever works for you. But yeah, let me know if you try it, and then I'll see you again. Hi guys, it's Gwen from My Spiritual Butterfly with my third and final video about self-confidence. There is obviously more to it, but it's just nice just to give you some snippets of things you can look at. What I want to look at today, last week we looked at visualizing and practicing the thing that you want to overcome. The very first week we looked at your greatness list. So this week we want to look at your self-talk, one of my favorite topics. So with self-confidence, you really need to start becoming your own coach, your own best friend. So when that self-talk comes up, you can't do this, or what if you fail again, what if it doesn't work out, what if people sort of say that you're doing it wrong, you need to counteract those thoughts. If you let them stay and fester, your mood will drop, you'll just find your self-esteem drops, and then what you're kind of talking about will manifest, not all the time, but it may manifest. So you need to start soothing yourself, by speaking what you want and not what you don't want, thinking about what you want and not what you don't want. So you're going to be saying things like, no, you can do it. Everyone had to start somewhere. Everyone had to learn from something. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's all part of my learning curve. It's helping me to get wiser about this situation, and I'm not going to let this fear get in the way of me doing this and getting the success at the end of it. If it's something around a relationship that you're lacking confidence in, nobody's perfect. Everyone has that lack of confidence. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to show up as me, be authentically me. And if it doesn't work out, that wasn't the one. I'm not going to be hard on myself and beat myself up. I'm going to use this as my playground and practice and play. So always soothe yourself, talk to yourself. Don't always rely on someone else to do that for you. Start to build your own resilience, your own inner power, tapping into that. And just speak what you want as opposed to what you don't want. The thought will come up, that kind of negative, doubting thought, you can't do this, Okay, I acknowledge you, but soothe it. I think I can. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see what happens. And so long as there's no real risk in you doing what you're going to do, you're not going to die, you're not going to get hurt and maim yourself, then there's no real danger there. Yeah, this is just what life is. It's an experiment, something to play with. So see it as that. Be easier with yourself, be lighter with yourself, and just know you're moving forward, doing your best in all the situations that you're facing, and you're learning as you go, So yeah, just be really, really easy. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I kind of went off at a tangent there, but basically just counteract those thoughts when they come up, and gradually what you find is they will no longer come up. You'll be building new neural pathways in your brain. You'll be building more of a success mindset, a growth mindset. And then you'll start to see that reflected in your world. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. Any questions? Again, please comment below. Let me know if it's not quite clear, or if you tried it doesn't work. But again, it's something you need to practice. As we talked about last week, your subconscious mind needs to rehearse these things, practice these things. But what it's doing is it's starting to create a new truth for you, accept a new truth, I should say, for you, because you're the master of you. So now you're giving it new commands. It will start to kind of take that in, understand that, assimilate that, see it as true, and then reflect back to you what you believe, your new belief in yourself. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. But yes, thank you so much for watching the free videos, and I'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye.